All right, guys, welcome back. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to cd up one level. We're going to sudo make dir demo API, and we're going to sudo chown nick and the group nick for demo API. Then we'll cd into demo API. And we actually need to grab the repository link. So back to my profile, repositories, and loop back tutorial. I'm just going to grab this URL right here. And again, we're still within our server environment. As you can see by the prompt itself, it's telling me I'm at Nick Germain, which is my server. So here we're going to run git init, and then git remote add origin. We're going to paste that there. And then we're going to run git pull origin master. Now we will actually have to add a user as well to the Mongo instance, so that's something we haven't covered. What you guys are going to want to do is install MongoDB running sudo apt install MongoDB. And then once you get that installed, it should be set by default to not require authentication. Now, the way we change that is sudo nano etc mongodb.conf, I think. And auth is equal to true right now. Now that's going to cause a problem, so I'm going to basically comment that out and save it, and then control X to exit, and then sudo system control restart MongoDB, and it's going to restart it. Now I'm going to run MongoDB. Mongo. Now in our website backend, under data sources, it's using my website. So we're going to use my website, and we're going to run db.createUser. And user is going to be Nick, and pwd is going to be, that doesn't need to be quoted, pwd is going to be my super secure password, and then roles is an array of objects. So role is going to be read write on DB my website. And so in here, what I'm going to do is set my super secure password and user Nick. I'm going to save this. I'm actually going to come back over cd website backend, going to get push origin master. There we go. And right now I'm just going to type exit in the Mongo shell. And then we're going to sudo system control, or actually no, sudo nano etc/mongodb.conf. And we're going to uncomment auth. And I want you guys to do this too. So auth should equal true, and there should be no hash symbol in front of that line, meaning it's not commented out. So we're going to Control O to save, hit Enter, and then Control X. Remember that when you're editing any files within the etc directory, you need to run sudo to do it. So sudo nano instead of just nano. Now we're going to run sudo system control restart MongoDB, and it restarted successfully. And we're going to get, did we get init already? Okay, git pull origin master. Oh, we forgot to commit that. Git add a. Oh. CD website backend. Git add a. Git commit m pass and git push origin master. There we go. So it's now pushed that. So now we will run again git pull origin master. We've got the new data sources. Now if I run npm start, we forgot to install node modules. So we're going to run npm install, and this is going to install all of the dependencies of our API. Now this is also going to take a few minutes, so I'm going to pause this and I'll come back when it's done. And we've actually got an issue with installing this at gRPC, which I'm not really sure. That's probably a dependency of one of our dependencies. However, the build has failed. It says not okay. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to nvm install 10. We're going to try using node 10 with our project here. So node v, it's using 10. Let's run npm install. And it could also be if the package lock has been, the package lock has been committed to GitHub. But it worked, so we'll leave it at that. Let's run npm start to confirm. Not locate the bindings file. Okay. Let's check our package.json. We've got sharp there. Okay, what we're going to do is rm/rf node underscore modules. We're going to remove package-lock.json, and now we're going to run npm clean force and then npm install. And we'll see if this helps. So the specific issue that we had before was with sharp. So let's run npm start and see what happens. Okay, we can get it running. Awesome. So now if I go to nickgermain.com at port 8080, we have our API running. I can visit the Explorer and we'll see our collections here. Now we don't currently have this connected to demo API.nickgermain.com, And so we will do that right now. So a few things basically. We are going to be using the process manager called PM2 just because it's great for clusters and stuff. And we're also going to integrate an upstream within our Nginx config. So let's go ahead and sudo nano /etc/nginx sites enabled default. Now, this is our Nginx configuration, and I've already got a project. Wow, there we go. That's a lot better. So I've already actually got an upstream specified for another project, and basically what we need to do is use proxy pass to connect, basically all of these fields here that we're looking at right here are what we need to set as our parameters for our demo API, which is related to proxies. So down at the bottom of our file, let's create a server block. And we're going to listen at port 80. Server name is going to be demoapi.nickgermain.com. And then under location /, here's where we're actually going to configure all the proxy settings. We're going to use a proxy. So yeah, basically we're going to run the API on a node process, and we're going to use proxy pass to actually process the request with Nginx. So we need to run proxy set header on a few things here. The first thing is going to be host equal to $host, and then proxy set header x real IP. It's going to be equal to $remote_adder, which is an abbreviation for address, and then proxy set header. We also need to add x forwarded 4. It's going to be proxy _add _x forwarded _4, and proxy _set _header x forwarded proto. It's going to be scheme. Now we're going to set proxy _pass. And now if you just wanted to leave it at this, you could honestly just do something like HTTP localhost at port 8080. And that would work. Now, we're not going to do this because we are explicitly going to load balance this in two ways. And so the React application doesn't really need to be load balanced right now, considering the use case. It's, a very simple blog. So the JavaScript code that is our React application doesn't run on the server. It runs on the client's browser. And so it's not, it's not really important to load balance that for our given use case. If you expect extremely high traffic, you might want to implement something like we are about to, also for the React app. But for right now, our API is going to be hit the hardest in what it does. So What we'll do is we will create what is called an upstream. And how an upstream works is basically, we'll set this to http://demo up. And then above the server block, we'll create an upstream block and we'll name it demo. What did I call that? Demo up, because it's an upstream. Demo up. All right. And then all we need to do is two things. For right now, we're going to return a server at localhost 8080 and server localhost 8081. And let's Control O to save and Control X. Now let's run sudo system control restart nginx. Now, if we were to visit demoapi.nickgermain.com, nothing's going to happen because we don't currently have the app running. Now, if we run npm start, what's going to happen is it's going to start the app, as you can see here, on port 8080. Now, if we refresh, it's going to be hit or miss. We'll sometimes get... We should be failing sometimes too, unless nginx determines that the other port isn't active. Maybe it's just not showing it. So right now, every time we do this, it's hitting the API correctly at port 8080, but we want to host the API on both port 8080 and port 8081. And this allows nginx to load balance between the two servers within the upstream, so the two processes. Now, this is going to be super important if your API has any heavy read-write, throughput, basically. So if there's a lot of reading and writing through your API, you don't want the process itself to get congested, so you're going to load balance by running two different processes. And we're going to do that using PM2.